Hey, Sunny viewers, let's get in the first part of this 13th day. As you know, we are meditating, that kind of things that knowledge, construction. We want to expand our knowledge and the fluency toward English. So that's why we're still over here to have something better in our journey, So we just have to neglect all these kinds of constraints, restrictions, or limitations and for things, we just have to hard work. We have to be so diligent person on our career, and that's why we can able to go and able to move ahead without any, even we have a lot of ambiguous things in our journey, but simply we can move toward our career, and that's our vision, that's our perspective, and that's our perceptions, and all of our we gonna move ahead through this strategy. Long-term visions or sustainable mentality can make us so better. So it is really inevitable that we're gonna learn that fluency. We come to gain. If we guys are not gonna get that fluency, then who would support us? Nobody is over here to alleviate your that pain, that suffering. Even if you are suffering from mental kinds of you might have lots of pressures, depression, anxiousness, restlessness even in your mind, but nobody is over here to alleviate that kind of pain or suffering. You just have to move ahead through meditations, exercise or something like that. In that case, you come to get the real meaning of your life. So that's why I have to you have to be so assertive person. So learn to be assertive person. So being an assertive person, a person can express, express his views, opinion, perspectives or and opinions toward anything easily. So be that person. So maybe people come to say it is incredible, but it is not. It is really credible. So it has to be. So whatever you come to say, you come to express ahead of other people, that has to be coherent. If that is coherent, then somehow people will treat you as a well mannered, well organized person, and who come to say is an everything in a manner, and that kind of positive perspectives towards something can make you better version of yourself. So learn to be that person. Even if you have to, firstly you have to articulate. So if you can articulate, so articulating ahead of other people and among the people, among the head of the crowd, can be really a kind of, that is also kind of achievements. We have to assume that things as achievements. So I recommend, and I have to be that. I want to become like that kind of person, meticulous, and also we wanna I want to see myself as a resilient person, who don't care about that kind of issues and difficulty. I just come simply I can overcome from everything. So nobody can walk in a flawless way. If somebody come to walk in that free size way, then we have to appreciate that person, because he has already, even he was terrified, apprehensive, but he did something better, then nobody has ever done over here. So that's why we have to praise that person and admire that person. Admiration is we are not gonna judge him that, but admiration, he deserves, so that's why even in any kind of you mustn't have to be furious, when somebody come to say that you didn't perform anything, or you were just a grave, what they come to say that you are nothing for this entire world or something like that. Even in that indignant condition, you just have to stay calm, positive. Not you mustn't have to be offensive. So sometimes you can even be a lot of mental pressures you can have. You can be anxious, when and nervous, but you don't have to care about all these kinds of psychological things. You just have to you keep working on your career without any hesitations and something like that. You are over here just to indulgent. If you can indulgent, then that kind of lenient things, or then lenient conditions, you can be the tolerate. You can tolerate yourself, and you can't impose yourself to tolerate and to have something, to get something better in your life, and then you simply come to give up in everything. So that's why over here I want to what you just have to care on harmony, liberation, freedom, tolerance, but also you have to focus and concentrate on endurance, and that's really matters in today's generation. So lots of people come to say that it's just a myth, but it is not a myth. We have casually, we have to what if casually, if you have instinct towards something, then that's always better, guys. Because we are getting, we are even we are not caring about each and everything. We are working through our conscientious way, and that's kind of the dilapidated situations are the reason that are imposing us to get the meaning of each and everything in today's fake generation, cruel society or community. We're not caring about all these kinds of things. So we are over here to be normative. So I want to recommend you guys, just you has to be like a person who is pragmatic, and we are not over here to be emotional, work under who comes to work under what that kind of conditions, who just believe in idea, coherent idea, and who come to work over everything in a pragmatic way, practically. So that's it. So we are over here to have something sophisticated over here, and that's always better than other thing about you guys. So don't care about other perspectives, and whatever they have opinion toward you. You are over here to be attitude person. If you can become also that tenacious person, then you are never gonna give up on anything, because you are the person. You will, because you are actually in the process of uh, uh, building up your discipline. So also that kind of things can also make you toward, and that can impose you toward to be a diplomatic person. So if you come to become that diplomatic and diligent person, then who will come to dominate you? Nobody come to dominate you, guys. So that's it. What can I say? We have to enhance our fluency over here. So even a lot of people come to evaluate you whenever you come to post your video on any kind of social media platforms or something like that. You are not over here to give justify or something like that. You are just accountable and responsible for the thing that you have actually done. You are actually working under social, moral, characteristic features, norms and dimensions. So that's it. You can do anything. So after seeing all these norms and values, so that's it. So be proficient in. I recommend you guys to be proficient. If you are not proficient, then nobody gonna care about you. And such a insightful such a insightful things are not discussed over here, and maybe they might not have discussed in your life, but we are still in the process of talking in an insightful thing way or something like that. So that kind of innovative way or mentality can lead you towards somewhere, so where you actually want to become. So always care about that kind of transfer. You have to make your heart, your that kind of thinking, thoughts transparent, so that people can at the end they come to know about your who the real you are. So in that case, they come to robust your personality, and they even come to what caricature. And there, so it is feasible. A lot of people come to say that we cannot nobody is born with a good heart. Everyone born with a good heart, but this generation contemporary societies, communities are learning, and they are teaching us to behave with other with negativity, something like that. We mustn't have to endorse this kind of activity or something like that. We're over here just to reinforce our that negativity. We're not over here to reinforce negativity. We have to reinforce positivity. And sometimes you must, at this time, you have to only prioritize your career. So if you can prioritize what your career, then you can become a successful person. So this it is people are just neglecting these things as just it is negligible. So it is not negligible. A lot of people are don't have that kind, they can't work explicitly. So even in that case, that kind of we just simply advise and suggest you to be competent person. If your journey, if your thoughts are viable, then they can simply work on anything. So we just have to allocate something better among the that kind of things, or something like that. So keep so if you come to compliance, or even a little bit things, compliance is better even in any kind of fields or something like that. So always believe in integrity, honesty or moral things. Even you are a vulnerable person, you don't have to care about each and everything. So a lot of people can be over here decisive, but if you would like to become that kind of person, then you can also simply become that person. So always go through a strategic way or something like that. Even you have a lot of implications ahead of you and behind you. You just have to neglect all these things and just have to focus on your career. That's enough.